pad, do you? I found something really phenomenal. What do you have? Like a
roller.
All right, let me try. Let me show you. This was kind of crazy. So I was in a kickboxing studio for the first time. I've been doing this for a while. Now, here's the crazy thing. You can do this nicely, or you can do this like you want to do it as hard as you can. And you may, in fact, break the rope, but every once in a while, it just feels really good. Nice to get a little aggression out. But here's a crazy thing. When you hit an object, do me a favor. Get in your punching position, and I want you to punch. So punch it. You can punch hard. Punch, like you mean it. Maybe I won't hold that. A little. All right, well, there you go.
I was punching too.
Well, you know what? Actually, here's the thing. This particular one is my old style model. We don't do this anymore. We don't. This is why these are training ones. We no longer have the holes drilled on this side. The new ones are tied. I think you have a new one. Let me see. Your new ones are tied on both sides.
Oh, right.
Because what happens, we found, is that the winding right here, the metal, feel this metal. It just cuts right through it. So we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Now, the last part of the class, I will show you how to restring them. Really important, you know how to restring it. If you see any fraying when somebody starts, restring it. The cords are very inexpensive. So, do it again. And focus on the hitting part. Good. Punch. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stop and do me a favor. Now punch. I got to tell you something. Your punch, it's unbelievable what happens. Because all of a sudden, and I should have had you test your punch before.
Right.
But the power of it, because you don't have, it's kind of getting off a ship and you're like a little wobbly, and then all of a sudden you're walking. When you punch, because we were doing this kickboxing wise, I got punched across the room. We were literally kind of punching. We did this, and it was like, bam! I'm like, oh my gosh, what just changed? So the concept of having this force that you're dealing with, and then you take it away and have no force, what a phenomenal, I don't know what you would use that, but in fighting, oh my gosh.
Well, and for the pathological population, I think it's good for, it helps to develop proprioceptive kinesthetic awareness. So for instance, when you hold this up, when I punch this like this,
Right.
versus when I'm using my core to punch,
Right.
okay, I have a better perception of where my arm is in space. So proprioception or kinesthetic awareness.
Right.
Okay. Without that, it's hard. It's hard to judge where maybe the end of that is.
It's a good
or
point.
My power.
It was, and I'll tell you something, it's a very interesting phrase. It was very empowering to do that, to go, well, I got stronger. And sometimes I would imagine when you send home a patient, kind of in the placebo effect, and they feel stronger, they're making progress. If you believe you're making progress, what happens? You make progress.
Absolutely.
So there's something really lovely about that. I'm going to give that back to you. I love that. All right, cool. I'm going to talk about something, but so that is, and here's another crazy thing. If it doesn't stay in the middle, you want to stop it and rewind it, just because otherwise it slides one side to the other. Okay, so next exercise. We have another spin gym lying around? I'm sure I have a couple dozen more. So we're punching, okay? No, I got it. The next one is you're going to take it here. Oh, I was going to talk about range of motion. Again, I don't know. People who are not professionals got their fitness on the internet. What does range of motion do for you? Why would I not want to, as a professional, lock out my arm? You never want to lock it out, do you? There's no value.
Right.
There's no value in locking it out. But I've got these guys going, well, I need to, no range of motion. Well, actually there is. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay, so you're taller than I, but guess what? Your wingspan is the same as your height. So proportionately, you're always the same. You want a shorter range of motion, put it here. You want a longer range of motion, put it here. So let me see you do your range of motion.
You can work
So,
the actual range.
so actually, punch out here, just for argument's sake. But again, lock it on your chest. When I say lock it, now here's a crazy thing. Do you see how his hand is moving? Don't let your hand move. Don't move it at all. So what just changed? Every stabilization over there. Now it looks like he's doing it here, but he's firing everything here. And that is almost impossible to get. So now, move it down your arm. If you want a little more range of motion, you've got it if you need it. So everyone's like, well, can spin gym be longer? It doesn't need to be longer. It's perfect the way it is.
You just change the angle you want to go to.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next one is back of the arm. And again, this, I don't know what you'd use it for, except I know for us, this is a great toning product. Lock it right here, and all you do is do this, and have your hand face me. The more you fire your fingers, see how Wendy's you're holding, open your fingers wide. So notice how you're not using a certain finger for a reason?
No.
Interesting. But any energy. And not energy out here, energy here. It's very specific. And elbow down just a little bit, Sam. Yeah, parallel to the floor seems to be the angle that you want. That's beautiful. Nice. Good, actually. You comfortable there?
Yeah, except my elbow's popping.
Oh, well, then don't, here's the other thing. Don't do what hurts. I'm very specific about it. Now, stop for a second. Dan's not doing it right at all.
That's a first.
No, stop. No, again, I can't teach you. No, do exactly what you're doing and I'll show you what you're doing. No.
I don't like being up here. They're just dogging me, man.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yes.
First of all, do what you're doing. We're going to totally dog you.
Go ahead.
First of all, what's wrong with his feet? Yeah, you're not parallel. So, because that will get you in a certain mindset, being tall. The next thing is, what are we working here? He's working 2 joints, isn't he? I was only working 1 joint.
He's got scaption going
Oh,
on.
gotcha. Isolating triceps.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just one of those things. It was just isolating a try. Now open your fingers wide. Feel the difference. Now here's a crazy thing. Catch it as fast as you can. Out. Out. Now, it's funny, don't rock, don't move. People will do that and they'll dissipate the energy because it's hard. If you don't move anything,
Look at this.
It's getting harder.
you can stop.
It's kind of hard. He does because he's rocking.
Right.
You can see it moving back and forth. Like the weight in the middle, you can see it going like this.
Right. So you want to lock it, and you know, by the way, there's no wrong way to spin, Jim. As long as it's spinning, you are doing something. But what I'm giving you guys as the teacher of this is if you want to isolate something, everything else stabilizing should be locked down. And then you just do that, and something crazy happens to the muscles that you're really firing. And then stabilization, everything else is firing. Because we're so used to, I watch people work out, they're just sloppy. What is this? Really? You're working, what are you working? Oh, I'm working my biceps. No, you're not. You're jerking it around, you're using gravity, you're flailing, you're not toning the muscle, you're not doing the work for the muscle that you need to do. You could do less time, be really specific, and it fires. Okay, so let me see the little tricep kickback. Okay, now you're going to notice when it starts to catch your clothing. Nice, okay. Put your thumb in there, Dan, for a second, see what happens. Good.
I like
Now,
it better.
now, here's the thing. Don't do such a range of motion. Keep it out, as fast as you can, out. Again, you just want to burn it out. Pulsing is cooler.
Woo, damn, I can feel that.
Oh, you totally can feel it.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, sort of.
Sorta.
Well, because your elbow's out to here. Let me grab a spin, Jim. Try the other side. Don't burn out on one side.
So you don't hit your. So get it out here.
A whole bag of spin Jims. Where did they go? I had a whole bag of spin Jims. Oh, there they are. Tricep kickbacks just happen to look better when they're actually back here than out here. Could be the same. Yeah.
Looks more sexy. I like
Is that what it is? It looks sexier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it when it's parallel versus up or down because I think it feels more efficient. Just spinning differently.
Well,
versus like-
that's just it. It spins more efficiently. Yeah. What?
Am I doing it better now?
No, do what you're doing. Now, do you notice that she's not doing tricep at all? What is she doing? She's rocking back.
Shoulder.
So, tricep kickback is up here, locked out. You cannot move your shoulder joint at all. It's just a tricep. No, you're still moving your elbow. Don't move your elbow. Watch.
I can't feel it.
So, the deal is I'm not moving my elbow at all. And by the way, I can only do 10 of these before I'm completely burned out. You're rocking back and forth here. Don't lock out your elbow. And it's hard. And I've done it for years and it's still hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
And even, it's funny, I never did it open. I kind of like the idea of hugging your shoulder. That might even be better. Watch your hair. People will catch their hair. It doesn't, yeah. Okay. So that is a couple of the upper body movements. What's going on? And you will get, here's the crazy thing. You will not do this very long. You will get tired. Teaching class is one of the harder things to do. Up here, elbow up. Come here, my love.
I know. Don't make fun of me though, but really,
Why
I
did
don't
I-
get it.
It's okay.
It's tough. It's a tough movement.
I like when you don't get it, otherwise I don't have anything to teach. So wind it up. Nice. Wind it down below your face. I never like to see, when people are winding it, you should always see their eyes. It makes people less comfortable. Yes. Go, 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 go. Okay.
Nope.
It's okay. Here's the other thing. When you get
Because you're all
tired.
looking at me.
That's okay. No. Go. Okay. So now, elbow, one hand here. Put your thumb in here. Elbow up high in the back. And I want you to put it over here away from your chest. Pick your elbow up. Do me a favor. Do it without a spin jump. Elbow up high and kick back right here. Now go back. Back. That's the movement. Okay?
Let's do all that again at a different angle because I think both cameras are
Okay.
blocked off.
Yeah. Come. You're great where you are.
And then
Actually, maybe do the other.
This
and we
side?
may want to move her in relation
Yeah.
to.
Come. We'll just have you by yourself for a second because this is great. How do you do a proper tricep kickback?
That's what
One.
I'm doing.
Lean forward a little bit And it's interesting, not back here, my
I
dog.
know.
You're fine. You're my great example. Just parallel. No. Don't do anything. Remember, you got to look at your own anatomy. If your elbows are flaying out here, you're not doing the shoulder the way you want. So just elbow up, and here, just in and out. All you want to do is go bam, pumping milk, okay? Perfect.
Perfect.
That's perfect, okay?
The robot.
Now, don't move. Hold on, that's the robot. Oh no, we all missed Dan doing that. Okay, so here, give me your thumb, and go. Elbow out, bam. Now lean a little forward. 10,
Nice.
9,
Good.
perfect.
There you go.
Now open all your fingers and it gets harder. Bam, fire. 8, come on, 7, 6, pull your belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2. You want to stop? That's out,
Just
but
'cause
that's
I got it.
but that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, let's turn it around and see how we can easily get into a bicep curl. So, how do we do bicep curl? One arm down, 2 fingers in. And I like to do it right here. In fact, Brad's got it perfectly. And you can see when it's just the bicep. When I say perfectly, this is beautifully extended, no shoulder movement. One of the big things people like to move their shoulder. Excellent. Excellent, but I need a little more energy. And squeeze your belly harder. Good. It's a tough one to get. That's perfect. Yes. And yes, you can do it any direction. You can actually, I love that Dan just raised it up. As long as you're just firing your bicep head, yeah. Now, don't confuse that with a bow and arrow, where you straighten that arm and now just do shoulder retraction. Yeah, so now it's just shoulder. So tell me why, nice, elbow up, beautiful. Tell me why somebody would want to do that.
Well, any kind of shoulder pathology, we'd use this.
Now turn your hand to the
Little
ceiling, by the
shoulders.
way, and watch, no, this one,
Like this.
this one.
Oh, this one like this.
Just keep going, elbow flat.
Oh, yeah.
But see what happens when you change it.
I feel it more in my biceps because of the supination.
Now see what happens when you pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Again, elbow up this way.
Oh, yeah.
Don't move
So,
that arm at all, though, lock that out.
A little more deltoid for sure.
Yeah.
More delt.
And
flat.
now turn it up.
Mm.
It's like, oh, that's kind of funky.
Well, and also too, I mean, you
Really
can
different.
do more
I
bicep.
like that one.
or
You like that one?
Brachioradialis, of course.
Sure.
Depending on what angle. So many subtle changes you can do.
Well, again, see, that is where you guys come in as the teacher. There's so many subtle, what is somebody trying to fix, repair, or strengthen? Go, that's kind of interesting. If you just move that and do that, oh, that hurts. Well, because there's a little impingement there, go a little higher, go around it, and maybe strengthen the muscles. I mean, I've torn my shoulders. I don't think they repair themselves. But something is working that I have all the strength that I need because what? I repaired around it? Okay, and I'm working on back part, which they never tell you to rehab that. Well, if your
huge.
back is stronger,
Yeah,
like
All
it's
the
your
research says you need to do scapular stabilization
Exactly.
for any shoulder pathology.
Most shoulder rehab is spine.
Yeah,
Upper back.
definitely.
so scapula, and I don't know the product that's as much fun to do, and that's part of the protocol that I want to write about the value of postures, all of the scapular work that you can do with this. I got to tell you something, for the general populace, they have no idea what's behind them. They don't know what the word scapula means. And I'll say, just squeeze your scapula. They're like, what? I'm like, just squeeze my hand. I'm like,